Have you ever felt invisible to someone you care about? You give them your time, effort, and attention, yet it seems like the more you give, the less they notice. It's as if your presence has become background noise, constant but unremarkable. What if I told you the secret to making them truly value your presence isn't in doing more, but in doing less? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn powerful insights rooted in Stoicism and dark psychology that will make your presence impossible to ignore. The power of selective absence. Imagine you're standing in a vast desert, surrounded by endless dunes of golden sand stretching beyond the horizon. The sun beats down relentlessly, and every step feels heavier than the last. Just when you think you can't go on, you stumble upon a rare oasis. The water glimmers under the sunlight, the shade of a lone palm tree feels like salvation, and the coolness of the breeze is nothing short of magical. Its scarcity transforms it into something invaluable, a life-saving reprieve in an otherwise barren landscape. Now imagine if oases dotted the desert every few feet. Would they still hold the same allure? The magic would fade, their value lost amidst abundance. This principle applies to relationships too. When you're always available, always the first to call, to text, to show up, your presence can become just another fixture in someone's life. Predictable, overlooked, taken for granted. But what if, instead of being perpetually present, you practice selective absence? By stepping back, you create space for curiosity to grow, for your absence to be felt, and for your presence to be cherished anew. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In much the same way, the way others perceive you is shaped by the way you present yourself. When you're constantly there, the color of your presence can fade into the background. But by embracing the power of selective absence, you introduce an element of mystery and intrigue. You're no longer a constant, unchanging light. Instead, you become like a flickering candle in a dark room, captivating, enigmatic, and impossible to overlook. Imagine the impact of this. Picture yourself as that oasis in someone's desert, a source of refreshment and value, precisely because you're not always within reach. When you step back intentionally, people begin to notice the void you leave behind. They start to wonder, to miss you, to crave the moments you once filled. And when you return, your presence feels like that first cool sip of water in the desert, revitalizing and unforgettable. By practicing selective absence, you're not playing games or being manipulative. You're simply shifting the dynamic. You're allowing others to see your worth through the lens of scarcity, creating a balance that fosters genuine appreciation. This isn't about disappearing completely. It's about making your presence intentional and meaningful. When you do this, you're not just noticed, you're valued, remembered, and desired. Why absence works. When you're always available, you remove the element of surprise. Think of a song you adore, its melody wrapping around your heart, but play it on repeat and the magic begins to dull. Its rhythm, once enchanting, becomes predictable, even mundane. Now imagine a pause, a deliberate moment of silence. Suddenly you find yourself yearning for its return, hanging on to the memory of every note. That's the power of absence, the space where appreciation quietly blooms. Pulling back doesn't mean vanishing into the void. It's about crafting moments of scarcity, like a master painter leaving blank spaces to elevate the art. It's these intentional gaps that shift the dynamic, making people not just notice your absence, but yearn for your presence. Like the moonlight, subtle yet unforgettable, your essence lingers, brighter, more cherished, because it's not always in view. Silence can speak louder than words, resonating in ways that constant chatter never could. When you stop reaching out, you create a void, one that others can't ignore. It's like a melody. The pauses between notes don't break the rhythm, they complete it, giving the music its depth and emotion. Silence, when embraced intentionally, becomes a powerful tool that allows others to feel the gravity of your absence. By stepping back, you invite others to fill that space with their thoughts of you. It's in these quiet moments that your presence grows more vivid, more valued. Just as the sky feels larger after a storm, your silence adds meaning to your words when you do speak. And if this perspective resonates with you, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. Let us guide you toward more transformative insights that empower you to own your worth, command your presence, and elevate your relationships. Let's explore a powerful strategy that builds deeper connections: controlled vulnerability. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself drawn to someone who shared just enough of their story to make you feel connected, but not overwhelmed? It's that fine balance, revealing a glimpse of struggle or humanity without delving into oversharing or seeking sympathy. This isn't about baring your soul, but about opening the door just wide enough to let trust and relatability step in. Imagine sharing a moment of failure, not to dwell on it, but to highlight the strength and resilience it taught you. For instance, talking about a time when you faced rejection and how it fueled your determination can resonate deeply with others. It's these moments that make you more approachable, more real. Controlled vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's a quiet yet profound confidence. It sends a powerful message: I'm strong enough to own my imperfections. People are drawn to this authenticity, finding inspiration in your courage to share without losing your composure. If this approach resonates with you, don't hesitate to like this video and subscribe for more insights into mastering the art of connection, confidence, and presence. The echo effect. Have you ever encountered someone who seemed to perfectly mirror your thoughts, values, and emotions? It feels almost magical, as if they truly see and understand you. That's the power of the echo effect, a subtle yet profound way to build deep, meaningful connections. By genuinely listening and reflecting the beliefs, dreams, and passions of others, you create a bond that feels both rare and magnetic. Think about it. People yearn to be understood. When you show them that you truly get them, you're not just connecting, you're elevating their sense of worth. For example, when someone shares a dream, don't just nod. Respond with curiosity. Ask thoughtful questions that delve deeper into their vision. Validate their aspirations with genuine enthusiasm, saying something like, "That's such an inspiring goal. What sparked that dream for you?" By becoming a mirror that reflects their best self, you do more than create rapport. You cultivate a relationship that feels deeply personal and irreplaceable. This isn't manipulation. It's about showing up with authenticity and presence, letting them see the resonance of their own light through you. And if you're finding value in strategies like this to elevate your connections, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more insights that empower you to leave a lasting impression in every relationship. Micro-absences, a game changer. Micro-absences are small, intentional breaks in your presence. These aren't about vanishing for days, but leaving conversations on a high note or being less predictable in your availability. Imagine being a book they can't put down, with just enough suspense to keep them wanting more. These subtle shifts can transform the way others perceive and value you. Predictability can make your presence feel like background noise. Shake things up by adding an element of surprise. If you always initiate conversations, take a step back. If your routine interactions follow a script, introduce a new rhythm. People are captivated by what they can't fully predict. The subtle art. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. A warm glance, a thoughtful nod, or lingering eye contact can convey admiration without uttering a single word. These gestures leave a lasting impression, creating a quiet magnetism that draws people to you. Becoming an intellectual oasis. Be the person who offers more than surface-level conversations. By providing thought-provoking insights and asking meaningful questions, you create a space where people feel mentally nourished. This makes you unforgettable and someone they look forward to engaging with. Creating emotional anchors. Lastly, build unique emotional anchors, shared moments that feel deeply personal. Whether it's a joke, a meaningful conversation, or a thoughtful gesture, these anchors create a bond that others can't replicate. Over time, these memories become part of their emotional landscape, making you irreplaceable. Now that you understand how to make your presence unforgettable, it's time to put these principles into action. Start by practicing selective absence, embracing silence, and creating emotional anchors. Remember, your worth isn't defined by how much you give, but by the value you bring. If this video resonated with you, let us know by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear how you plan to implement these strategies. And remember, the journey to owning your worth starts with one step. Together, Let's build a life where your presence is not just noticed but craved. See you in the next video.